It's a big structural change for the team, so we're effectively a new entity, Ineos Team GB, entering the America's Cup through the Royal Yacht Squadron and Royal Yacht Squadron Racing. And Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos have come in and backed the team for a full budget for, effectively to give us that strategy that we need for a two-boat campaign and everything else that goes with that. And having a crack at this next America's Cup in this really exciting new concept of boat, so it's a big moment for the team.
You mentioned the exciting new concept for the boat. You've now had a few months to get your head around it. What do we know about it now that we didn't know a few months ago?
Well, it's really, the class rule came out a couple of months ago, and that's quite constrained in some areas of supplied equipment. But I guess most significantly, the hull shape of the boat is open. We can build two boats, so two 75-foot foiling monohulls. And that really is quite a significant change in the budget for the team, and that budget going up roughly around 30%. And that was one of the key reasons why we had to change our structure, if you like, and go down this route of funding. I really wanted to say a massive thank you to our previous investors and commercial partners for the last campaign, and they're disappointed that they're not able to continue with the America's Cup program, but at the same time they understand the extra costs involved, and everyone here is just passionate about trying to get the America's Cup back to British waters.
Tell us how much of an ambitious project it is, because it's still, every time I look at it, you still look at it and think, there's simply nothing like it out there, is there?
That's an amazing concept. In the simulation, it's incredibly fast. It's going to be full on from a sailing perspective. Very soon this year, I think you'll see some of the teams getting their test boats in the water, and we'll see quite how it works for real time out on the water, and that will be a really interesting development.
Tell us about just give us a quick summary of what the year's program looks like for you. How are you going to get on the water, and how does the program look?
Yeah, so we'll get our test boat out on the water later this summer. That will be, as I said, that will be a big moment for the team. We're also starting to develop the sailing team predominantly through the GC32 program with the Extreme Sailing Series, and later on in the year the Great campaign, which is a European-based circuit. And we're really starting to bring some key sailors together. We've got some exciting new signings coming up in the near future, and that will be building from the foundations of the previous team and bringing some new key talent in. So it's a really exciting period for the team.
Does the way that you run this team change now? I mean, I'm thinking partly because what we appeared to have learnt after the last campaign was the importance of simulation. You got part way there, but it seemed like the Kiwis were a long way there.
Yeah.
Are you fundamentally changing the way that you run this campaign?
Well, the structure of the team will remain the same, as we go through this transition, in terms of Grant as the CEO and myself as a team principal and Nick as a chief designer. But in terms of the design strategy, the point you're alluding to, the simulation obviously is really key, and Team New Zealand were really successful in that last time round. But also we believe that's something, actually an area where we were quite well advanced, and we've been really focused on since Bermuda, and developing that now through this concept of boat and moving forwards.